Okay, let's have a look at technicals. Now, I told you that the company was established in 2006. You can see that that was a drop in 2008, and then it was several years, and then it has really good run from 2012. And look at this, what's happening during last several years, like 15. It starts slowly going down, 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 down. Right? Despite the earnings at the same time was going up and up, sales were going up, but the price is going down. Now, what here, if we can, this downtrend, it's broke through this. Okay, it's broke, but it's returned back. So it's like tested this level, went down, and now it's in a very interesting point because it's exactly on the same level as it was. Yeah, good night kiss. Yeah, kind of like that. And you see, if you look at horizontal line, we can see that that drop, which happened after last earnings, it stopped in the previous support. Do you remember when we discussed that a lot of companies, when they have the support line, the support level, they tend to stop on the same level. You have to pay attention to previous supports. That's where the previous support. So it stopped here. Now, if it breaks through, for whatever reason, like technically, if it breaks through, where can it go? So if it continue fall, it might return to the same trend. It might go where? Nearly to 15 bucks. Okay, that's if we analyze it. Looking at fundamentals, I don't see any reasons why it should go. But I know some companies which trade in a PE5. So I wouldn't be surprised that it goes another 30% down and it will be traded at PE7. Okay, it might happen. Stock market is, but then it's going to go up. Sooner or later, price has to be adjusted to the value of the company. Company is undervalued now. Here it becomes even more undervalued. So if I buy it now and if it drops more, I would probably put more money into this specific company if nothing happens with fundamentals. Okay, but now we can see here. What can you tell me about leaders? Are they overbought, oversold, neutral? What can we say here? Oversold, right? So what most likely going to happen? That's weekly chart. Okay, is it going to go up or going to go down based on? Yes, correct, Dory. Bounce. So most likely it's going to jump bounce. Okay, so that's weekly. That's on the weekly chart. So it's one. We're going to look at a smaller chart. Now, what do we see on the daily chart? Overbought or oversold situation. Up as well, correct. So also we can see that on the daily chart it might continue down. So that was the last earnings report. The interesting thing about that, they showed exactly the same earnings as they promised. And despite that, the share price dropped here $22.50 and went down to $19. That's a reaction of you never know what is going to happen after earnings. That's why I repeat again and again and again. So if you're just trying to buy the company, maybe it makes sense just to wait until the earnings because it might represent much better opportunities. People expected more. That's the reason. Company was announced that they're going to make 60 cents, but probably people expected more, and that's why it's dropped more. Okay, now another thing which is going to go. If you look at this trend, do you think it's going to like sideways, a bit lower or a bit higher? How does it go? What do you think? This is a small trend. It is wavy, absolutely. Because it's if you go back to value line and look at the prediction rate, it's only 60 earnings predictability. So they're right only times out of 10. So that's why it creates all these emotions regarding that time. Okay, it's quite possible. Yes, on the trend is going. Correct, Jonas. Tiny, but it's slowing down, and that's like when we look in the daily, it shows us going to go up. But if we look at 1 hour chart, like okay, so and if you enter this position, okay, tell me where you're going to enter. What price level you're going to buy right now? Dory 19 here. Okay. Correct, Jonas. If it breaks through, so this is quite important right now, support level of resistance. So if it breaks through, you might enter. Where would be the next target? Where it might go? Which would be the next resistance level? Like strong one. 22, correct. So exactly where there was a gap. So usually the kind of closing the gap. Of course, it might go to 20-day moving average, then return, go to 50-day moving average, then return, and then to stop somewhere around 20. And that would be a strong resistance level. But then we'll see, okay, what's happened. Now, if we look and trying to go for the shorter period, that's what we can see. This is a drop here, so kind of this candle, then 1, 2. So now we're here. So that's why we are paying attention to the same level. If it breaks through, it might go higher. But Dory was right, so it might go back to $90. And you might enter a position at a better price. So that's why pay attention like during the next few days and see what is going to happen, especially taking into consideration that stock market is high right now. So if the stock market, like indexes, start going down, so it might pull it down too. Okay, and it will represent better opportunity for us. So you will save 5% on the buy, like $1 is about 5%. Okay, is it all clear about that technical analysis on that specific company? Okay, perfect, great. Now let's have a look another like ETF, retail ETF. What I wanted to show you is that, look, it was going down, okay, and like let's say if it's went like that, like that, like that, and it went here, broke through, tested it, and then went, okay, and now we kind of see it dropped down, but this level, it's actually higher than the lowest point. So if we put a parallel line, so we can expect that that index, and it represents, it's not the index ETF, represents a lot of companies which are included in the S&P 500. So it might go higher. And then it might return back down. So that's why it's kind of here. It still can go like index, if it goes like a lot of companies included in that ETF, it means that their prices has to go up. But then we can see a bit of pullback down. So, and that's might represent much better opportunity for us to buy. Okay, so this is kind of situation. That's ETF. It's actually a similar situation happened several times already. We discussed. Like, remember we analyzed last time Disneyland, and it also was kind of somewhere in the middle of growth. And then a few days after our masterclass, it dropped down below again, so you could buy it at lower part, and then it's moved up. I don't know. Did you guys buy Disney? Did you do anything with Disney? You could get it at 90. I bought in then. One guy told me that he made 80% on Disney, like using options, bought option and so. And also just ran a Russian master class, and there was a guy who told that he made quite a lot, or a girl who made quite a lot of money as well on buying long options and selling it. So if you just bought shares and sold them, you would make about 4%, maybe a bit 5%. Okay, but if you use options, so it could be quite profitable trade there.